customers in multimedia storytelling. Big round of applause for Meograph.
Hey everybody, how you guys doing? Audience, good to see y'all. My name is Misha Leibovich, and I'm the CEO of Meograph. Next. All right, let's do this back. Like Chris mentioned, we power brands, engaging their customers in multimedia storytelling. We have a platform that embeds in the brand's own website as a native experience, gives them full control of the content created, and lets them generate from users and also monetize rich multimedia user-generated content. You see, brands are trying to do two things. They're trying to engage their customers more beyond just a one-way relationship, and they're trying to get more authentic content out there about their brand. This allows them to break through the noise in a way that traditional marketing is now having a harder time doing. Now, so they run user-generated content campaigns. Right now, UGC, though, it's either very simple or very complicated. Very simple, they say, upload a photo or do a tweet. Great, because anyone can do it, it's very easy. But the output is not terribly interesting. Just have a wall of that stuff. No one's going to watch that. On the other side, they say, make a video and upload it here. Cool, because really good, interesting output from it. But most people have no earthly idea how to use Final Cut Pro and create something interesting. Now, consumers do want to express themselves richly about the people, the places, the things, and the brands that they care about. But creating rich media is really hard. And right now, brands are robbed of those really authentic testimonials from genuine brand ambassadors, the brands, fans, or audience, or customers would create something rich for them. Right now, only 1% even can, that have the skills and the tools to do so. That's where Meograph comes in. We make it very easy for brands to engage their customers in creating that content and really just open the floodgates to get a ton more multimedia user-generated content they wouldn't have otherwise gotten. So rather than me talk about it abstractly any further, let me show you a demo here. Okay, so here's from something we are doing with the NBA. And what they were looking for is a way for fans to give like their highlight reel of what happened in the NBA this week, or talk about your favorite player. So I'll show you a little bit of one of the fan-generated ones.
So love Kobe or hate Kobe? You gotta admit he's a legend. So let's look at some of his best dunks. All right, throwback. 97 All-Star Game dunk contest.
So Kobe will dunk, and then so will the other two. Then they'll do it one more time.
Even better than Kobe's dunks, Kobe's dunk faces, like these.
So what you can see there, I shouldn't think Kobe, he was a very, very polarizing figure. But what you can see there is it's a combination of video clips, photos, voiceover, music, very easy for the user to do. Now I got permission to log in as this user here, and you can see that all the creation, everything happens, the entire experience, from onboarding to creation to sharing to viewing on the brand's own site, under their control. Let's say you want a mix is made of moments, you can add a photo, add a video, record your voice, everything happens right there in the browser. We've identified what the barriers to creation participation are, and we've come up with ways to really knock down all those. The brand, they put forth a call to action to invite the users to do some sort of behavior, some sort of campaign. The brand provides a template that's easy to fill out, and the user kind of knows what to do very, very quickly. The brand can provide media assets themselves for the user to use rather than have to go hunt for them. Now what this does is it's very good for the brand, right? Because they can steer the kind of content that they want. But it's also very good for the user because they have this frame. They know what to do and they're sort of guided along in the process. Kind of solving that blank canvas problem. Now the types of media that can go in, there's three types. There's the user's own content. There is content they curate from social media, existing social media, and there's content the brand provides. Now the brand is actually in control of which types of content are allowed. Tumblr takes all this content and basically puts it in the form factor of an article. Pinterest takes this content, puts it in the form factor of a gallery. Meograph takes this content and puts it in the form factor of a video. And that's a type of media asset that brands cannot currently get enough of. So when our customers use the product, they get tons more time on site. They get loads more views, loads more shares, loads more traffic, loads more content. They get deep loyalty from the fans that actually get to participate and be part of the brand storytelling. And they get that halo effect from the customers' friends and from the end users' friends and family. And they get content that's easy to monetize through ads, sponsorships, and commerce calls to action. Now we're playing in a big market here. CMOs are our customers, and they are largely calling the shots in terms of tech spending. Within 3 years, CMOs are spending more on tech, specifically for digital marketing, than CIOs. And this is the area that we're playing in. It's only growing faster. How do we get our particular piece of that? We have a monthly SaaS subscription ranging from $5K to $30K per month. And it's tiered by the volume of content that's created on the brand's page. Now, we sell directly to brands and also to their agencies. Here's some of the brands that we're talking to, are in deeper conversations with, and are already working with. And we're very good at getting in front of these brands. As you can see, all different types of verticals as well. Now, the financial projection, just to give you an idea of what our assumptions are for the business. Bottom line, within 5 years, we can have 800 customers on board, paying an average of $10,000 per month, and end up with revenues approaching $100 million with over 60% margins. It's a good business. Our competitive space is a mix between multimedia creation, more on the consumer end, and some sort of creative engagement as a service. Now, the intersection of those two, there's still a lot of opportunity there, and we've differentiated ourselves even further. One, beyond technology, we actually help bring engaged audience to the brand as well. People that have demonstrated before that they want to participate. We, from a product perspective, we are the simplest and really the only way to mix together any kind of media on the web, photos, videos, audios, tweets, polls, quizzes, anything that the user might want, into one narrative, into one video, interactive video. Nothing else does that. And also, I think that we have the best approach to removing and knocking down all those barriers to participation that I mentioned before. The team is uniquely poised for success. Francis and Clay are my CTO and lead engineer. They have both been developers since they were teenagers, as well as filmmakers. So they really get this intersection between tech and media. For myself, I was the first engineer ever, a student body president at UC Berkeley. We're at a $20 million commercial operation there. Got my master's in aerospace engineering from MIT, worked for McKinsey, and spent 15 years building out a deep and high quality professional network that gets us all those brands there that you saw there. We got those through my network. That's one of our competitive advantages. We can get pretty much in front of anyone we need to. This is going to be a big year for us. We're continuing to bring more customers on board. We're releasing our mobile app, and that's a whole separate conversation, but talk about the ability for brands to engage users in creation at a micro, daily level. That's going to be the next step. And we're growing the team by several members this year too. We raised an angel round last year. We're raising a seed round this spring, and we're going to use it to further build out our app, our platform, and our sales team to get to even more brands and become the dominant player in this space. We're obsessed with making it possible for anyone to put their voice, their creativity, their stories into the world, and helping brands benefit from that. It's good for the heart, but it's good business too. Thank you for hearing our story, and we look forward to seeing yours. 3 seconds is there. How about that? Right on the time. How about that? Cool.
Questions from the panel?
Thank you. Great presentation and great background as well.
Thanks.
So a lot of times when people are creating content, lean forward versus lean back, right? It's because they want to express themselves in some way through affiliation with a brand that you would do with the Lakers or with Kobe.
Sure.
Or in a small scale on mobile, it works really well for the chat apps like Line and Kakao, these guys that have stickers that allow people to express themselves and monetize very well. So the bite-sized content, bite-sized multimedia content, even shorter than, longer than a GIF, but shorter than a Vine, for example. I definitely think that that's, where we're going to start seeing multimedia stickers going towards. Problem is that licensing, royalties, a lot of people, in this part of town, that it strangles innovation at times, and that's traditionally what stopped people being able to really broadcast how they feel by getting access to that content. So what you're saying is that someone's going to have access to like a short list of certain clips that they're able to use or to put together their own fan film. Is that accurate?
Absolutely. So they can provide their own content, of course. They can aggregate from existing social media that's already out there in the public domain. But also the thing you're referring to is the brand can actually provide assets. So we're working with TBS at Cougar Town right now. And they said, okay, we got some clips from the show. We got some photos from the show. Here, use these. You can also bring in your own stuff. But it's up to we're also in turn of media camp, and we learn from these brands, like, what do they need to be sure that the UGC is safe, that's license approved. And when they can control the inputs, it makes them a lot more comfortable. It makes them a lot more safe. So yes, absolutely, the brands can provide assets. NBA is limiting the videos on there to their own YouTube videos because they want more views on those, and they want you to use those in the mixes. So absolutely.
With the success of stuff like Flipagram,
Yes.
can you talk about your mobile strategy and are you behind compared to some of the competitors when it comes to mobile first focus?
Sure, we did start web first, but we are putting 100% of the resources of the company towards mobile right now. It took us a little bit to figure out like what was the mobile product we needed to build, and now we're working on it. It should be out this summer. I think Flipagram, great product. That's very much focused on like simply the user's own content, which can be cool, like when you did something cool when you went to a concert or a hike or whatever. But it's also limited to when the user does something interesting themselves and captures it on their phone. We allow you to have access to any media in the world, brand media, social media, whatever it is. And so do a lot of that same stuff. Again, very bite-sized, very easy, very quick to do, sub 5 minutes to create, sub 1 minute to watch. But it's, so just a different approach on the inputs. But yeah, it's a great app, and we hope to follow in their footsteps as well.
So one of your slides up there showed, today's number 3 to 5 customers growing to 800.
Yeah.
You mentioned you had a solid network, but
Yeah.
that's a lot of leveraging off of your time. How do you see that growth really happening?
Oh, I mean, definitely we need to build out a sales team. It can't be just me going to knocking on all those doors. Yeah, I mean, that's going to take, and that's why we're raising some more capital to really start to get there. Now, we've already had, brands recommend us to other brands, and so there's a lot of, recommendations going on there too. But certainly, we will need to build, it's not going to happen on its own. We need to build a sales team to go and get those. But the cool thing is there's no one else doing really what we're doing right now with this B2B2C approach to multimedia creation. And so I think there's a big opportunity if we move quickly to grab the lion's share of that market.
Great. Unfortunately, we're out of time on the questions, so sorry
man.
about that.
Afterwards. Yeah, I really want to answer it. Okay, cool.
Big round for Meograph. So I know it's 30 minutes since